I was bleeding internally in an ambulance when my mom texted me, "You've always been a nuisance and a burden. Taylor Swift tickets tonight. Figure it out." My 3-year-old twins were at home, and the babysitter was leaving in 45 minutes. I almost died that night. 2 weeks later, my grandpa showed up with a party invitation and a plan. I'm 34, a cardiology resident, and a single mom. In my family, love had a ranking system. My older sister was the star. I was practical. When I graduated med school, my parents were late, took one parking lot photo, and left because my sister needed them. Looking back, that should have told me everything. 8 years ago, my dad called, voice tight, "Can you cover the mortgage? Just this once?" I sent $2,400. Then it became monthly. Then I started paying their health insurance too. $800 a month plus little emergencies. I kept a spreadsheet pretending it was normal. It wasn't. The crash happened after a 6-hour shift. Green light. A truck ran the red. In the ambulance, an ER doc I worked with leaned over me. "Possible internal bleeding. You may need surgery." All I could think was, my sitter leaves at 8. I called my parents. My dad answered annoyed. "We're about to head out. What is it?" "I was in a wreck," I gasped. "I need surgery. Please watch the twins for a few hours." I heard muffled voices, my sister laughing. Then my phone buzzed with the group chat. "Mom, you've always been a nuisance and a burden. Taylor Swift with your sister. Figure it out." "Dad, you're a doctor. Don't make this a bigger deal." And my sister sent a laughing emoji. I kept wondering which was worse, the pain or the punchline. My phone was dying, so my coworker handed me his. I called an emergency nanny service and paid triple without blinking. That's when I realized strangers were doing what my family refused. Before we hit the hospital bay, I asked him to screenshot the texts. Surgery took hours. Ruptured spleen. They told me I was minutes from not making it. In 5 days, I didn't get a single call from my parents. On day 3, still foggy from meds, I opened my bank app and canceled every transfer. Then I blocked them all. It felt like taking off a backpack I didn't remember putting on. 2 weeks later, I was home flipping pancakes, butter and syrup in the air, my daughter helping, my son stacking blocks. 3 hard knocks hit my door. My stomach dropped. It was my grandpa. I hadn't seen him in years because my parents always had excuses. He hugged me carefully, eyes sharp. "I know what they did," he said. "Your aunt called me." He slid me an invitation to his 70th birthday party. "Bring your records," he added. "Let facts speak." At the party, my sister worked the room in designer everything, smiling like her emoji never happened. I caught her telling relatives I was having a breakdown, while my mom dabbed fake tears. My dad tried to get ahead of it with a speech about how I was confused since the accident. Grandpa didn't argue. He just started asking questions. First, he asked who paid my parents' mortgage. Then he held up my folder like a verdict. Next, my dad's face went chalky. After that, Grandpa read the totals over $360,000. Again, the room went so quiet it hurt. Then he read my mom's ambulance text out loud. Finally, my sister whispered, out of context, and nobody bought it. People stepped away from my parents like they smelled something rotten. My mom's crying turned ugly. My dad tried. We didn't know it was serious, and Grandpa hit him with one line. "Did you call her back?" Silence. Of course, I hadn't planned to speak, but I did anyway. "I wasn't strong to you," I said. "I was convenient." This was the moment I understood I'd been paying for the privilege of being treated like trash. They left early. After that, the family group chat died and then disappeared. Invitations got lost. A few months later, my aunt told me my parents were selling the house because they couldn't keep up. My sister lost a major contract after word got around, and suddenly she was waitressing. 6 months later, she called from a new number, voice small. "I laughed when you were dying," she said. "I'm sorry." I couldn't tell if she wanted forgiveness or just relief. "Start there," I said. "Be better, on your own." Now that money goes into a college fund for my kids. I moved into a modest place close to the hospital, and it's peaceful because it's mine. Grandpa takes the twins on Sundays and spoils them like he's making up for lost time. And for the first time, I'm not a burden. I'm just done carrying theirs.